Hello, how are you? My name is Rebecca and I am an English teacher. So today it is really cold and really windy, even though the sun is out and there's no clouds, but it's super windy. So that's why I have my hood up. So I am from Ireland and I'm Irish, but I live and work in Spain. So I thought that I could show you the different streets in Spain and what a little pueblo in Spain looks like. It is very common for apartments in Spain to have balconies and to keep their shutters shut. This town has a lovely panorama view of mountains. There's a bus stop, and this is a roundabout. And on this roundabout, there is a statue. A lot of towns in Spain have tiles on the ground like this. Here is a better view of the mountains with the sky and a few clouds. There is also a small little castle in the middle of the mountains. This is a very common type of tree in Andalusia. I call them donut trees because there's a hole in the middle, but all of these trees are in circle shapes. There is also a lot of building work or construction work happening in this town, so it's not always pretty as men are at work trying to fix the buildings. Another thing that is common on Spanish apartments is having bars on the windows and the doors. There are also lots of murals on the walls. This is the back of a church, and as you can see, there are lots of wind compasses on the top. There is also stained glass window. There's another wind compass. Most towns in Spain have a big square, which is basically just a big square, and there are lots of trees. In this big square, there is a water fountain or a water feature. It's not on at the minute. And also in the square there is always a church or a cathedral. So here is a view. This is beside the church. So it's a very big cathedral. And this is a little place to sit, a little park. It has trees and bushes and another statue. There's some benches so that you can sit down and relax and soak in the sun. Spain is a very Catholic country, so you will always find little pictures of Jesus from the Bible. There are also so many bakeries in Spanish towns with lots of sweet treats. This is a Valentine's one. There are also colourful buildings. This building is red. And lots of trees. And there is also a Spanish flag blowing in the wind. This is a very tall tree. And the tiles in Spanish towns are always very colourful and in a cool design. There's the Spanish flag. So I love the tiles in Spain. Every town in Spain has a town hall. So this is the town hall. And this is a really interesting building. It's abandoned, but it's got a really cool roof. And we have the theatre. So this is the theatre. And here's some more buildings with lots of balconies. Oh, and this is the Plaza Mayor, the big square. So this square is even bigger than the other square. And this is just a place that you can come and meet your friends and sit in the sun. Because there are no buildings, you can always sit in the sun and have a coffee or a drink in the cafe. This is a walk in the town. So there's a big long strip to walk along, and there's a crane. Today was extremely windy. There was a storm in Europe, so there's the wind of the trees. The trees are blowing in the wind. You can also see the flag is blowing in the wind, and these flowers are blowing. So I couldn't record because of the wind. That's why I'm recording now. There's also lots of murals on the walls. So we have paintings of different women and different quotes. So this is
against women, violence against women. This is really random. There are lots of cockerels, chickens, and geese in the park, and they all just fly about together. They're all male chickens, no girl chickens. And there are some geese swimming in a little lake. There's its little tail is fluttering in the water. Here is a long strip with lots of trees planted along it. And the trees here are very green, which is nice, especially against the blue sky. I love to see green and blue colours. So it's very long. I also had a chocolate croissant today because when you're in Spain, you need to have croissants. Another statue or art piece, I'm not sure. There are a lot of statues in Spain. And this is the end of the town. There's Mercadona. Mercadona beside Burger King. Spain has a lot of Burger Kings. No, I wish it had McDonald's. I love McDonald's. I don't really like Burger King. And Mercadona is the main supermarket. So this is the end of the town. So at the end of the town, there are just loads and loads of mountains. Andalusia is covered in mountains. Right now, I'm going to go to Burger King, even though I don't like it. I'm going to dine in. No, thank you. I'm going to choose the promotions. Oh, I think I picked the wrong one. No, I want to choose the Save King or King Save. I don't know what it's called in Spanish. Oh, yeah, King. And this has some really cheap deals. Okay, so I can get my deal, a menu for €3.50. So I'm going to do that because I've spent a lot of money today. And I'm going to get a cheeseburger. I've decided to get the small combo. I'm not too hungry, it's just lunch. And in the small combo, continue. In the small combo, I'm going to get a cheeseburger. Continue. Fries or chips. Continue. There's the classic fries. And no sauces. And I'm going to get Coca-Cola because I love Coca-Cola. No dessert. No extras. Finish order. No thank you. Continue to payment. Check out. Card. I always pay with card. And let's go. Let's go eat my Burger King. So here my food has arrived. I've got chips, cheeseburger, and Coke, and some ketchup with my chips.
I'm going to show you some pictures of different places in Ireland. So I only have pictures because I'm not there at the minute. But this is a picture of Dublin, and it has this thing called a spire. So this is a massive spire in Dublin city centre, and it's like a landmark. Yeah, a landmark to say that it's the centre of Dublin, and it cost a lot of money, and people were really annoyed that they spent millions of euro to build this tower. But I think it's really cool because you always know where the city or the centre of Dublin is. This next picture is of Galway. So Galway is a really cute little town in Ireland, and I think Galway is probably the most Irish looking town. So if you want to go on holidays to Ireland, I would recommend going to Galway because it has such cute little streets and cobbled streets and lots of little shops and music, a lot of Irish music. These are a few pictures of the landscape of Ireland. So Ireland, it rains a lot. So that means we get a lot of bogland. So it means like the grass and the mud, but has water on top. So there's a lot of bogland, which means you can go fishing and swimming, different things like that. So this is bog and it's very green. And as you can see, the clouds are very dark as well. And then this picture is of a lake in Ireland. So Ireland has so many lakes because of all the rain. and we love to go paddleboarding. So this is in summertime, whenever it's a bit warmer. So the lakes do get quite warm in the summer. So you can go swimming, paddleboarding, things like that. So what I think is quite funny in Spain is that Spain has rivers, but there's no water in the rivers. So it's like a canal, but it's empty. So it's just dirt. And I think that's really weird, obviously, for me to see a river with no water. Like, when did it have water? Because even in the winter, it doesn't rain. And there's also a river called Rio Aguas. So it's called Water River, and there's no water in it. Kind of weird. This is Spanish winter. You have a blue sky, sun, but it's very windy, and you need a coat. Very unusual.